Hello, my friends. So here we see Ezekiel chapter 38, and you will hear and have heard the false church, the harlot church, talk about this prophecy in particular for a long time coming. And they believe it's whenever you're going to have the war in Syria, which is Damascus, and you're going to see the destruction there, and all that indeed is going to come. But here's where you have to understand when God is speaking of Israel, who he is talking about. God is talking about America whenever he's talking about the nations of Israel, because guess who Israel is aligned with? Guess who created Israel in 1948 through the United Nations? Guess who did all of those things for Israel? God sees America and Israel as the same country. He sees them as Judah and Israel. He sees them as the same exact country. So when you understand and read Ezekiel chapter 38, and you read it now with the eyes to see everything that's happening in the world with Iran and America, mark my words, because it's not my words, it's right here. It's right here in Ezekiel chapter 38. God is going to lay waste Iran, Syria, and it's going to come by the hands of America and Israel. Because the children of God are still in the world. We are still, most of us, a lot of us in America, as that is the nation founded of Christ in the ideals. That's the end nation. That is the only nation in the book of Revelations he calls his people out of. That means that those who live in America are there for the longest, first and foremost. But he's also making a specific reference to America and her allies, the events of the end. And indeed, it does appear after reading the scripture again, and it came back to me in the spirit to go through it, with the eyes to see the things that are happening in the world. You can now clearly see Gog. And when Iran goes about their counterstrikes, which they've already begun doing today, this is a time to actually be excited watching everything play out. And the prophets and all of these watchmen and all these things, they see the destruction immediately coming to America, because they don't see America as Israel. They don't see Israel in the Middle East as Judah. They don't see all of those being God's same country in a sense, because they don't understand who they are. They don't understand that they are God's chosen people and they've rejected him. They don't understand that. So hence they don't understand Ezekiel chapter 38. This war that is coming is going to play out before the children are taken, because we know that this happens as an event before the rapture. So we're going to see it. You're going to see at least the beginning of the war, and it's not going to be World War III yet. It's going to be America, Israel, and the allied nations laying waste to Iran, and then Syria, and everything in that entire section. And you're going to see Russia and China and all of these countries. You're going to see them temporarily stay out of it, because there's no mention of them in here. He mentions in Ezekiel 38 the land of Gog. That's that entire Middle East section without Russia involved. Russia is known as something different. We're going to see Iran be laid to waste in a war. It's going to be quick and decisive, because Iran has garbage when it comes to actual military capabilities. They're soon going to turn their attentions to Israel, and I'm talking about the Israel in the Middle East, the same as it's prophesied of, the same as we understand in the world that's going to happen. They're going to turn their attentions to Israel. They're going to turn their attentions to America. They're going to lay something desolate here or there, and that's going to bring the war about. And they're going to be obliterated from the map. But it's going to come at a price as well. But do not be afraid when you see the war with Iran begin, because God has already showed you that it is coming. And we will see everything happen that's laid out in Ezekiel 38. I believe before we are taken. God bless.